Okay, then let's come to the question two. Question two is a little bit difficult, right? It's get rid of seasonality here. So first, let's use the code consumption file for this. I'll give you a few minutes to open the data. Okay, so the data is has the same structure as the question one, and here we only have the month, right? Instead of data, we have month and the amount, and the data already showed us a scatter plot, an eye chart here. We can see up and down, up and down, up and down for every year, right? It's a periodical, right? Periodical trend, and it's a seasonal trend. And now it's a kind of a May trend, right? May trend. You can say it's a May trend of seasonality, right? A seasonal trend here, up and down. So to do the forecasting, if we want to do a straight line, right? Let's say if we want to create a trend line here, it won't tell us anything but a straight line, right? To trend line here. This line means nothing, right? This only shows us the main trend during the whole period, but it cannot help us to do any prediction here, right? So to do the prediction, we want both. We want both. So first, let's do a regression, right? Let's get rid of the season here, the months here, right? The first thing we want to do is we want to make an order for all these months, right? First thing is let's say that the order one, two, right? Or we can say the index. So for everyone here, it's the index. Okay, we want another thing is called month. Month equal to the month. So that's without the year, only the month, right? So we only have 12 numbers here, right? 12 numbers here. So this is month. And because we want to get rid of the seasonality, we want to create dummy variables like each month, right? For example, this month January, right? The January is one, right? January is true, others all false or zero, right? So we do that here. 1, 2. Okay, so we prepare 11 dummy variables. Why is 11, right? Remember, when we create dummy variable, we always get a number of option minus 1 here. So if you know it's none of those 11s, it must be the 12s, right? So we don't need December. So there are several ways to calculate that. The easiest way here is to equal to this month. And when we drag to the right, we don't want the column change, so we put $sign on the columns, right, for this. And equal to the title here. Right? And when we drag down, when we drag to right, we want it shift to right, but when we drag it down, we don't want it shift down, so we put $sign on the row. Okay. And multiply by 1. Okay, so this will give us 1. And when we drag to the right one cell, let's see, one cell here. That's a 0, right? So it's 1 not equal to 2, right? Yeah. So we can go to all the right. So M cell is the same. Okay. When we drag it down, it will say 2 is not equal to 1, right? So that's what we want. So this is the dummy variable. And double click. So everyone, you can pick anyone here, right? That's 4 equal to 4, right? So we get this domain variables here. So then we can make a prediction here, right? Based on let's move it a little bit. So we don't want we want these few columns as our input, right? Because the column C is the same as column E to O, right? They're the same. We want column D to the column O as the input for our regression model. Let's create a regression model, right? The easiest way without any tool is use the trend function, right? The known-wise are the prices. Remember to add absolute reference here. And the second parameter would be no axis. No axis would be all those. So from the data from here, all those entries, right? And the new wise. When we say new wise, it's just for this record, right? Just for this record, and we don't want the absolute reference. If you forget about trend, you can go back to the previous lab to see what is trend function. Right, this is how we calculate the regression. And if you want to use the regression tool to do that, this way to do that as well. So go to data analysis, right, go to regression, and choose the y range is the amount, and x range would be those, right? We have label, we want output to a position here, to a position here. Right. So this is our regression model. If you want to calculate the prediction, you can say prediction here equal to sum product. Right, we want the list transpose to the same order like this, right? Same order like this. So we say transpose those, and here. And for the model, the parameters won't change, so we want F4, right? Transpose that. And after that, we need the plus the intercept. Okay, you will see the result is same. The result is same. Okay, that's for the regression.